Right, the Reds. Hello. Liverpool have took the Premier League to the last game of the season and joined by two very special guests, regulars on the channel. Mickey Fries, thank you very much for coming on, mate. What a bloody result that was.
Fantastic result. It takes it down to the last day. Come on, City. Come on, Guardiola. Get us in your heads.
Nice one, mate, for coming on. John, absolute legend. You've been on everyone's bloody show tonight, mate. I appreciate you jumping on and you're buzzing for the last game of the weekend. Well, last match week of the weekend.
The result tonight wins us the league.
Big
It's
shots. Yeah.
It's happening. Continue last minute. Bang. Continue.
I love it, John. Turns into our own very own Gary Neville there. Spider, thank you very much for coming on, mate. Have you got the same confidence as John after watching tonight? Anything's possible in football.
You got to take a leaf out of John's book and turn around and say, like, you have to have some sort of confidence going into this. City's defense is decimated. They look poor against West Ham. For me, the first half. Yeah, they stepped it up the second half. Of West Ham were kind of sitting back too much. The thing with Aston Villa is that they don't sit back too much in that Steven Gerrard setup. They try and attack you, counter-attack you as much as they possibly can. But yeah, no, I'm as confident as John, but I've also got a small bit of extra common sense in my head to say no. And I'm not saying John doesn't have common sense. Sorry, John, by the way. I'm just saying I'm begging it that it happens.
Yeah.
I'm begging that it happens.
That's the beauty of Liverpool, mate, isn't it, boys and girls as well. It's the whole point of being a football fan. You want to be in these moments, be in contentions. But John, really, as you said, there's obviously Redmond's 30 minutes into the game. Liverpool allowed him really on that right-hand side the left-hand side to cut in on his right. It was a very good shot from Nathan Redmond. But were you surprised that Liverpool allowed a player that ability to really cut in? And but your thoughts on that first initial goal from Southampton?
I was surprised, but I think he was lucky as well. It took a big deflection off Milner. That wasn't going in. No, was it Milner?
It was like
it was Milner. Yeah.
Milner Gomez showed him in on the right hand side. Yeah,
that wasn't going in for the deflection. So he was very lucky that deflection happened. That was not going in. I'll even get it.
Yeah, no, it was a good strike anyway. But me, that could have went.
But it shouldn't happen anyway because there should have been a third beforehand.
Oh,
on Jada.
Yeah, good point there, John. Yeah, was that a foul for you, John? I'm guessing so. Yeah,
100% foul.
100%. Yeah, but spot on what John said there, Mickey. Our heads could have went down in relation to. Obviously, the first initial goal, Klopp was very upset and all of his way. But still, for me, you've still got to play to the whistle. And for that first initial goal, but our heads could have went down. But that's not been the mentality of this Jurgen Klopp side, is it, Mickey? And chat, we reacted in the right way. But we took control of that game after, obviously, Southampton got the first initial goal. And we impressed really out, especially considering the amount of changes Liverpool made tonight. I think the whole fan base, especially on Twitter, went into bloody meltdown when yet again Klopp reacting in the right way. He trusts these players, and I don't know why there's still people questioning Klopp's team selection. Yes, it was not our strongest team, but this squad has shown this season it's taken us all to the two domestic finals in England and a European Cup final. So we impressed Mickey with the reaction.
Listen, this team is never beaten till it's beaten. So going 1-0 down doesn't worry me anymore like it used to do 3 or 4 years ago. How many times have we come back and won games? I'd like to see a stat on that because I think it's happened quite a lot.
Yeah.
There's no way on this earth we were going to be beaten. And on the changes, every single player in that team plays to a system. Yeah. Not to individuals. We have a system which Man United wish they had, and Arsenal wish they had, and Spurs are getting now. If you look under Conte, the best managers have a system. So no matter which player plays, the system still works.
Yeah, spot on there, mate. As you said, obviously a big Minamino, obviously, he did get the goal, and let's get to everyone's comments before we do get straight into all the in-depth analysis. Really, Liz just saying, "Hello, good people. Thank you very much for tuning in, Liz." As well, Liverbird said it days ago. Stevie G, gonna do it for us. We win 3-0 and 2-1 to Villa. Liverbird, we can hope in it. With hope in our heart. As you'll never walk alone. And those Aston Villa players will not be walking alone. I tell you, whole of Merseyside will descend on Manchester if Stevie will bring them home, and we'll bring the Aston Villa players home on a red carpet. You can jump on the M52, just go straight to Merseyside because they will be gods, especially Liverpool do get the results. Let's get to Liz's one. I believe it's pronounced James Reckon Milner, spot on there, Liz. And we'll speak about Jimmy, his amazing performance today. Cheers, Liz, for that. Thank you very much. I think it's about time social media admit Klopp's no more than football than they do. Yes, Liz, as well. 100%. Couldn't have said it any better myself. They need to read, no need to read on my comments. But no, always, Liz, I read out every single one of you. And I really do appreciate the lads jumping on and everyone that does engage, whether you listen on the repeat or if you're watching live as well. But use every single one of you at home, whether you're watching in the morning. And speaking of Devil, another absolute legend, Jay, just give us a thumbs up when you're ready, matey. I'll jump you in. But off the back of what, obviously, the great comments Mickey's made this Spider in relation to obviously team selection, I think a lot of credit does have to go to Minamino. Him coming in, he's been Liverpool's top goal scorer in the FA Cup, top goal scorer in the League Cup, and tonight, and it was a phenomenal strike. To obviously, we were saying Liverpool were quite dominant in terms of controlling the game in reality. But just your thoughts on Minamino, Taki's goal, and most importantly, his overall game tonight.
You know, I'm a fan of Taki for the type of player that he is. Not that he suits the Liverpool system too much, but I find like he's a fantastic player. He's a great fox in the box. He works tirelessly across that front line when he's at that front line, but he doesn't track back enough for me. Hence why he doesn't get picked as often. You know, so for me, I know that Divock is leaving at the end of the season. I know he's going to, like, it's been all but confirmed now that he's going to AC Milan. But you know, is there somebody else coming in to replace him? Do you know, is Taki going as well? So, you know, I don't know what the situation is there that's going to happen with that. But if there's not, I would like to kind of keep Taki around just for cup competitions, because he kind of knows his place now within the squad, similar to Simicast. And, you know, I think they can become cult heroes in their own right and have a standard if they leave as much as Origi has had over the last number of years, you know, winning competitions and winning titles for us and being just a really good squad player with a really good attitude within the squad and not demanding more from the team and you know, and not placing themselves higher above the team in that kind of light. But, you know, his all-round performance tonight was great. I found when James Milner went right back, he kind of tended to drift out of the game a small bit, you know, because he'd have to track back a lot more. But he was so effective in that first half, along with Harvey Elliott. I have to put my hands up to him. He was fantastic. Bobby, man of the match, obviously, he was going to give to him anyway. And Konate as well stood up for me as being, you know, stepping in and winning balls left, right, and centre. You know, so yeah, it was a great performance from Taki anyway. But I was happy with the rest.
Yeah, spot on there, mate. Apologies, I was listening and then trying to find bloody Doug's. Doug, you haven't messaged me on Twitter for the bloody donkey as well, and you're bloody down there. What are you doing, fella? Link,
he was getting to 1,000 followers on Twitter. That's what he was doing.
Is that what it was? Spider, on your thing about Origi, apparently when Origi goes, we're going to replace him with Nketiah because he's free. That's it's gaining massive momentum as the days go on.
I think that'd be a fantastic move, to be honest with you. I think he's coming into the best form for Arsenal now when they need him the most, and he has a chance to leave and go to pretty much a team that's battling for the title. I think that'd be a great move for him, and, you know, a poor move for Arsenal to let him go.
Yeah, spot on there, boys. Jay joined us, obviously being very busy, like a lot of the lads. Just obviously off the back of what Spider and Mickey have said there, Minamino, he's been Liverpool's unsung hero. Obviously, we all love him to bits, but I think especially tonight, he rose to the occasion for me tonight, fella.
Yeah, you got to love Taki. It's a weird one with Taki. Half the time I'm like, maybe we should let him go, and then I watch him tonight. I'm like, maybe we should let him stay. It's a weird one because let's face it, he's not going to get much game time, is he? But these fringe players are very, very important to all squads, especially if you want to try and win every trophy there is. You need these sort of fringe players that come in, play maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 games all season, all competitions, but they're important to them games. And if Taki's happy playing that role, I don't know why you'd let him go. To be fair, I think he can be important to us. The Eddie Nketiah one, the Eddie Nketiah thing just threw me because I ain't heard about that. That's just absolutely thrown me. I'd be all over that if I was at Liverpool, actually, if that's true, because he's a decent little young, he's a decent player, and we'll show Arsenal how to coach and create a star, shall we?
Yeah, spot on there.
What I'm saying, Jack, is all that Taki has got 10 goals this season, and he was scoring a goal as they put up the stats there tonight every 95 minutes. That's a ridiculous.
You can't 3 games.
Yeah. That's a ridiculous record. That's fantastic.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the kind of guy. Exactly, Jay. That's the kind of guy that you keep around. If Divock is leaving, who's got a similar kind of record when he comes on, well, a little less than that, but like if he's got a similar record, keep him. Just stick him in there for the cup competitions. Let him do his thing in there, and let him be, the next Dave, the next Divock Origi, the next David Fairclough. Just let him be it. So that'd be great.
100%, boys and girls, everyone. Is that one of your kittens there, John? You had to do loaded new kittens, haven't you?
It is, mate. It is.
Yeah. Hello. Oh dear. How many kittens did you have?
3.
Oh, bloody hell. That's amazing.
That translates to I'm so glad you're again. Is it right?
Yeah. Shout out to the kitten, John, as well. I love cats. As Steve said there, Steenicle is the legend. But nice one, Steve. Thank you very much for dropping in, mate. And obviously, Taki equals legend, as the lads were saying already. That his strike rate this season has been nothing but phenomenal, really. That's what you want from Taki. Taki is the unsung hero. He's been solid from Doug. Doug, I have dropped you the link, mate. I don't know if you're in work or you're welcome to jump on, mate. And Connor, I did send you the link, but I know you're very busy. But thank you, every single one of you, for jumping in. Still got a long while to go on the show. But up the Reds, we've taken everything down to the wire. And what a team. But Mickey, that's what we want, innit? That's what we want as a Liverpool fan, really, to be in contention with 1 game left to go. And I think all of us, if City do win the league and they go 3-0 up in the first 15 minutes, you just got to hold your hands up. The draws have cost Liverpool this season in the league, but it's not over till it's over, is it, mate?
Listen, all I can say to you is, on paper, City should win the league. They should smash Villa 5-0 and we'll win and they win by a point. But this is football. Strange things happen. They've got a lot out in defence. Villa are coming to a bit of form. They gave us, in fact, we were lucky to come away with a win. They should have beat us. If we're all honest, we pulled it out the bag. And also as well, I think the ref was like the first time ever I can say was biased towards us. But that was the first time I've ever seen. So anything can happen on the last day of the season. My God, if we're going to win it, Liverpool win it the hard way, like the FA Cup on penalties. It's going to be a last-minute goal. We're going to be 0-0. They're going to be 2-0 down. It's going to be, oh God, it's going to be draw. They're going to win it on goal difference, and then all of a sudden someone comes up and smashes one in. And then it's like last minute. We have our own. I want our own Aguero moment. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. We want our own Aguero moment. Win it at the last minute. Then we'll all get pissed again for 3 days. Unfortunately, we're all going to have bad hangovers 3 weeks in a row because I've only just recovered from Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'll probably only just recover again by Tuesday from the Sunday. And then as you know, win the European Cup, I'm going to be drunk again. So let's just hope. History's in the making, but Sunday's important. If we lose Sunday and we don't win it, we've took the quadruple
Tremendous season.
to the last week. To last week. No one will ever get near that. Not even us. No one will get near that.
Are you up in Liverpool on the Champions League night, Mickey?
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
of course.
Yeah, I'm flying over as well on the Friday.
Yeah, so. We'll all meet up anyway, and we'll all probably see each other. But absolutely, people get any comments in as well. Red, you haven't already done so. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification down below, and the lads' channel links are in the description, so do check them out. And shout out to Jay. Get in, mate. Congratulations on 1K. 1K of many. But keep on smashing it, mate. And obviously Spider's got his channel as well, Spider LFC. Make sure you head subscribe to him. And obviously Mickey Fry is obviously the man to my left. That way, yeah. I can't.
Yeah, I'm that way.
It's all right. I've not had many.
Come here, Jack. Oh no, come here, Jack.
But yeah, it's good.
I said the 1K about Doug while ago, didn't I? It just popped into my head. I was talking about Jay.
Do it.
When Jay got the 1K, I don't know, and I said, "Oh, congratulations, Doug," and I just realised about 10 seconds later I was talking about Jay.
Yeah, well, everyone's been smashed it anyway. I believe we're on a special Sunday. Can Dream last night, Casino scores a winner on Sunday. Also, Konate is an absolute beast, and yeah, Jay, what a signing, and I think a lot of people will fully expect him to start against Madrid in the Champions League final. We've already spoken about 22, 23 years old, and he was imperious, really, especially when you've not got a Virgil van Dijk aside him. And I said it was it last week when Van Dijk in the cup final went off injured. For me, he rose to the occasion and become a man in those opening moments when Van Dijk come off. He leaded from the front in terms of his marshalling and commanding of that back line. But tonight, Jay, obviously Joel Matip getting that great header to obviously get Liverpool to 3 points. But your thoughts on those two? We're just blessed to have these two lads, aren't we, at the football club?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Konate is he's a special talent. What is he, 22 years of age? Yeah, I mean, that's just, he's this good at 22 years of age. I mean, he's a centre-back at 22, this good. No, centre-backs don't peak till they're 28 years of age, really. And he's this good already. I mean, 36 mil, was it? I mean, it's a bargain. I remember, what was it, just before we bought him, one was saying Upamecano was the better player. And I do believe it was actually Ralph Ragnick himself actually told Jurgen Klopp, go for Konate because he's the better footballer out of the two. So, yeah, big up, Ralph. That's the only... That's a
Not only is he ruined Man United, he also got us a little tip.
Yeah, him and Rafa done bits this season, haven't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, Konate's a special player, and yeah, I love Matip as well. But I thought sometimes Konate made Matip look a little old today, in my opinion. And that's not a disrespect to Matip. It's just every time I watch Konate play, I want to see him play the next week as well. He's just saying there's something about him. Yes, he's a bit raw and he can make mistakes because he's only 22. You know, when you're 22 and this good as a centre back, it's, you know, you're not learning your craft as a centre back till you're at least 28, 29, you know, and that's when you're at your peak. So, yeah, Champions League final, looking ahead to that. With Vinny Jr., the way he plays, and Benzema, the way they play, I'll probably be more happy with Konate playing for his pace, his hold-up play, and I've frozen on the picture. But yeah,
okay, he sounds. Oh, good, I can hear you.
But sounds there after. Yeah, I'd go Konate. I just think he's a beast. But Matip, I think next season we might be starting to move Matip out a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. Well, spot on, mate. Let us know, chat. Obviously, who would you start? Obviously, against Villa, would you go with obviously Van Dijk? Hopefully, he's back fully fit and ready to go. Most importantly, as well. Right there, John. All right, lad. You're not busy, are you? I was going to say. No, hello.
Just sorting my dinner out there.
Oh, Sam, what are you scanning on there, lad? Yeah, where's that? Giving
A
us some.
Tiki Masala.
Oh, you could have shared with the stream, John. I was going to say, get us out. Get us out. But yeah, hello, fellow Reds as well. Eamond. Klopp knows his players. Great win. Yeah, couldn't have said the sentence better. Eamond, 100%. Klopp knows best than the majority of all of us. Who would have thought? Hey. Good evening, all. Eamond. Hi, Douglas. Although imagine Gerrard winning us the title, the scenes, as Steve said there. We've already spoke about that. And as the lads already said on the stream, it could be our Aguero moment. Funnier things have happened. I will keel over if Tyrone Mings scores a winner. I've been slagging him off all season. And if it's Tyrone Mings that he scored the winner against City, the one play you wouldn't expect to do the business.
Could you imagine if Kevin De Bruyne did the slip? Imagine if Kevin De Bruyne slipped. Kevin De Bruyne slipped and Coutinho in on goal that finishes it.
I think if you're making a movie, that's how you'd get.
That's how I'll end it. That's how I'll end it. And then Gerrard just rips his shirt off. Gerrard just rips his suit off, and there's a little Liverpool t-shirt just underneath. End credits, music, mate, bang.
Yeah, there we go.
Under that suit is a Liverpool top and Liverpool shorts, mate. I'm telling you.
You know.
Yeah, Stevie's little lad was at the FA Cup final, wasn't he? Obviously, he's a massive Red. No team Stevie had let him support anyway. I think he must have went down with his uncle or something, really. The little lad. James reckon Milner is an absolute machine and engine. If Milner can play at 36, so can Thiago. And Spider, it's a great point that Andrew said, and I think obviously in the first 45 minutes, Milner looked imperious really in terms of playing that sixth role. I think he was like the stat come up like the first opening couple of minutes into the first half. I think he created 5 big chances in that midfield. And just thought off the back of when I spoke to you, and obviously all of us seen the FA Cup final, come on, done a fantastic job to stifle Chelsea's attack and output down that right-hand flank. And he was given an opportunity today yet again, and he didn't disappoint, did he?
Nah, he didn't. You know, that dude is he's a credit to any footballer that wants to take up this sport, to be honest with you. There's a reason why Jurgen Klopp has him in the team. There's a reason why Jurgen Klopp is offering him contract after contract when, you know, most of the managers would have thought, you know, just get rid of the old fellas and bring in just new people and we'll work with them. Because of his attitude within the dressing room, because of his, you know, his attitude off the pitch, how he handles himself, the whole lot, you know. And this is coming from a man of Jurgen Klopp that loves a cigarette, loves a cigar, loves booze, and he's talking to, you know, Ribena drinking Milner. You know, that's any guy like that would ease up if he says, yeah, you can have a few beers after like winning a trophy or whatever, and they're all like, no, you know, boss, well, we're not finished yet, we'll do it. So they're taking it upon themselves to do what they're going to do. I just hope the day that Milner hangs up his boots that, you know, we see him somewhere. You know,
keeping in the coaching setup.
Yeah, just like full on bop and don't outside the cavern to some dude sitting there playing a song on a broken guitar, you know. That's what I want to see, you know. I just say, like, dude, you've had the best career ever. Keep it going, stay with Liverpool as long as you possibly can. Go into the coaching role if you need to. Because I would rather have somebody like him end his career with Liverpool but stay and advance it rather than maybe distance himself from Liverpool now and go back to, you know, a Leeds or go back to somewhere and just to play a little bit of football. I'm just like, Millie, you know, stick on the boots and play a little bit of non-league football or something, but stay as a coach for Liverpool or, you know, something like that. You know, that's what I would rather see because I think he deserves it to stay at the top level, even when it gets into coaching, rather than, you know, disappear away from the team and lose those kind of you know, those bonds that he has. Jimmy
freaking Milner.
Jimmy freaking Milner is what it is.
Like it's all say already. Spot on there, mate.
Listen, for modern footballers, there's certain few that have kept themselves fit and they can go on to the 40. And you might notice Ronaldo is Man United's top scorer. I know they've been shocking, but he's been okay. Yeah, you look at Ibra, he's gone to AC Milan, they're about to win the league. Yeah, and he's played most of the games for him. Yeah, I don't think with modern football and modern science, I don't think 30, 36 now is the retirement age. I think 38, 40 is.
Yeah, it gets that way. You're right there in total. Like I see with a lot of forwards now, and I see with a lot of defenders and goalkeepers that can last that long. The only problem is that the guys in the midfield that break their bollocks off every week, and then they get to that certain age, and Millie's at that point, and I'm hoping to see that Millie is the guy that kind of showcases that even along the midfield they can last beyond that 37-year-old point to the 40, as you're saying, because most of the time they're the guys that are sacrificed first. Because
he proved it today, man.
Yeah, he was brilliant. So, like, it's just goes to show. I mean, look at Mark Noble getting the response that he got last, on the weekend, before he went away, and it just goes to show. It's because they work their arses off so much. They do so much running in that midfield in comparison to strikers, in comparison to defenders, and in comparison to goalkeepers, that it shows you why they're probably the range of players that finish their careers first over everybody else. But Millie is just a testament to those that just want to keep going past the level of 32, 33 at the top level and maintain it rather than just kind of trickling down through, and maybe playing until 36, 38 in the Championship or League One, League Two kind of thing,
Yeah, I still think he can still do the job in the Prem as well, though, mate.
I think we need him for a good 15 to 25 games at peak level in the Premiership, and I think he can do that for us. With regards the end of the season, he as you say, he's got that thing where he does this old man stretch, as I call it, where he's trying to get the ball and he has to stretch it out a little bit, and he receives it, but he still tries every time. He's fantastic, man. Yeah. He's a credit to us. He's the best. He's the best by far free transfer that Liverpool has ever had, and that's over Gary Maka and even Joel Matip.
I'll throw this out there, chat, and let me know in the comment section below. City would have won the Champions League if James Milner was still at the club.
Yeah,
I'll leave that out there. Yeah.
Can I just add to that? James Milner is just like, he was up against two England internationals in Southampton's midfield. Well, so you're talking, and these guys are fit, and he was outdoing them. Yeah. So he's there. It can be done if the forwards can do it and the defenders can do it. If you live the right life, like James Milner must live a very strict diet and not drinking and whatever. If you live the right life, you can go to the highest level till you're older. And I think Thiago's the same. Thiago, he looks fit as anything.
Yeah, it's a thing, innit? Like, Thiago doesn't rely on pace. I think it would be interesting to see how his development does go in the next couple of years. He's still quite young anyway, but you look at like sort of Tony Kroos and the Pirlos of that generation, players that not necessarily don't rely on pace, they rely on their own technical intelligence within a game of football, and then they're more or less 5 steps ahead, and spot on there. But
Jack, this is what I was thinking as well. Like, and probably Mickey might agree with me. This is what I think as well about Gini Wijnaldum. If he didn't do what he did leaving the club, I thought that dude had an injury. He worked tirelessly in the midfield as well, and I thought if he just stayed at Liverpool and applied himself, and just knew, he's going up his wages, but the man and the wages that he was demanding was stupid, really, and for the point that he was out of all the midfield, he probably was replaceable, but at the same time, he was in those couple of seasons that he was at his peak. There was nobody better than him in the midfield most of the time, and until Fabinho came in, and and that upped Henderson's game because he moved out a bit more to the right.
But he went for the money, didn't he? He went for the money,
and that's the problem. Can
I just say,
these guys just have to learn their lesson.
If Gini had stayed, I'm sure Liverpool would be 5 points clear now.
Yeah, I think so.
100%.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah, let's get to everyone's comments as well. I get to obviously Jay and John's thoughts as well as always. James Milner, yes, read that one. I love my loves and family. James Milner in that order. I just got the new kit delivered today, as always. It's amazing. Absolutely spot on there, mate. I haven't got it. I know a couple of lads on before we went on.
It's behind me there.
Oh, so I'm saving that when he comes down, man.
It is a beauty. It's the best kit. I advise all Reds, if you're going to buy a kit, buy this one. I cannot believe how good this one is. I think Nike have been pretty poor since they come in, but this is great.
I'll go towards that Salah contract in it, Reds. Go ahead, Jay.
Talking about kits. Did you notice that Man City's new kit's got red in it?
Oh yeah, they're trying to be a knockoff PSG, aren't they?
It's like all they kept talking about is what is it? Pep kept talking about. I see red everywhere. Why is there red everywhere and everything like that? And then City have got red in their kit. I think it's hilarious.
Love it. Even he sees that little red stem. He's like Liverpool. Yeah, no PTSD and that like R2 at night screaming money. But like red 100%. Very top teams need squads players like Taki. 100% there, stay, as the lads already said. Up the Reds, come on. Up the Villa too. All right, come on, the Brummies. The Anfield Lark, absolute legends. I'm just so happy that we won tonight. We needed to win tonight, and we've done the job, really. Obviously, Mickey modelling it, posing it. You should do a kit review, Mickey. They bang on YouTube, I think. Yeah, so... Yeah,
it's a lot darker than what I thought it was. It's like the one a few years ago with the Shankly Red.
Yeah, is that more darker in person, Mickey? It
is. It is.
Breaking the setup there.
Oh my God, what happened?
Crotch cam, lads.
There was an earthquake. Again. Told you. Number 4 on the Richter scale.
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's still the after effects of Konate running at St Mary's.
He's that powerful.
Right, that's better. It won't move now. But anyway, it feels lovely. It looks lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
Come on, Liverpool, sponsor all of us so we can do kit reviews.
If you mind me asking, Mickey, is that the stadium jersey or the match jersey?
This is the match one. The stadium one I'm getting on the 19th. That's not available yet for me.
Oh no, it's the opposite way around. You mean the one that the players wear is the match one?
Yeah, the one the players wear. I've ordered that one. That was £99. That
looks really good. That's the stadium one you have there. So that one even looks good as the stadium one.
So
more than the match one.
Doesn't matter who you are. I highly recommend you get this one.
Yeah, you just need a mortgage when you get one anyway. So you need to get a mortgage to get one of them.
Listen, I had to get a mortgage following the Reds this year. They got to finals. It cost me a fortune.
I was going to say, what is it? Supporting Liverpool makes you single skins and need the mortgage or what, though. Or up the Reds, or spot on there, the Anfield Lark. I want a goalkeeper top there desperately. Can't seem to be able to order it. Anyone know? Probably selling out. It was bad enough trying to get, was it Alisson's black and gold kit all those years ago? Liverpool got Knight for the sake of keeping them in stock, but this is a post-match, not a kit reveal. We'll
what is that? It's like a puce, is it? Like a pink?
It's a purpley pinky, isn't it?
Yeah, puce or something.
More of it. Yeah.
They don't produce many goalkeeper kits because historically they don't sell, do they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Alisson could wear a tea towel and it'd still sell. It looked good, and then we've taken the race to the last match. Amazing that their lead is well staged. Great point there. I'll bring that back up anyway. Konate must start on his home. Must start on his home going, obviously in Paris. The Paris. We're supposed to do with ourselves until Sunday. Just manifest Liverpool and that's the winning everyone. Manifest it in your dreams. Think about it every single minute of the day. Getting the Reds, even everyone. Hi, Ginny. How you doing, everyone? Absolute legend, mate. Thank you for tuning in. Luca, shout out to you, mate, as well. Shout out to Jay as well. Big up. Big game Sunday now, Jack, lads. Wouldn't have been possible without your lads doing the business. If only you kept that 2-goal lead. But thank you very much for the West Ham lot, boys. You've done your job for us, but thank you very much for that, mate. Cheers for coming on the show last night, Jay. I really do appreciate it. Absolute legends. Ginny, Alisson, Trent, Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Robbo, Hendo, Kate, Thiago, Diaz, Mane and Jota. Kostas and Ibu were different class tonight. What an effing team. I think that's your team for the Villa. Yeah, I think it asked before everyone's team for the Villa and potential Champions League game as well. Elliot was brilliant. A leaked email report puts that Stevie will rest his players on Thursday for the City game. Yes, as well. But John, thank you very much for coming on, mate. Bezo, appreciate you coming on, fella. Enjoy your scran, and just shout out your socials, mate, and just your closing thoughts on the Reds winning tonight and what it means for you going into the last week of the season.
What's tonight? Or we've just won the league.
John keeps on saying it. Go ahead, La.
We've just won a league. It's happening. Steven Gerrard told Coutinho last minute. Coutinho!
I need to clip this. Little segment and set it as when John rings me to Coutinho.
It's top corner last minute. Coutinho!
It's going to be beautiful if it does happen, Reds, won't it? Imagine the state Gary Neville and Martin Tyler will be in. Like, they will be crying their eyes out on commentary. It was bad enough us turning the game around tonight. You could hear the tears in their voice tonight, wasn't it? Carragher was doing me head in. It was doing me head on commentary as well. I know he's got to try and be level-headed. And he's
got Everton blood in him. He's bound to be like that, and he's got Everton blood in him.
But anyway, guys, big up, respect.
Nice one, mate, for coming on.
We got John.
Nice one, John, man.
See you, John.
Enjoy your tea. In a bit, la. In a bit, la. Thank you very much for that, matey. Make sure you do head over to John's socials as well. Big supporter, not just mine, but Jay's and all of our channels. Absolute legends. Without all of you watching, and obviously watching on repeat, and the lads joining me on all the shows as well, we're just all one good, big Liverpool family. Support one another as well. But yeah, he was Gary so young. Also think some players are better than others in adjusting their game as they get older. 100% there, Liz couldn't agree more. Agreed, Liz. It's lavender. It's beautiful. Oh, is that the correct? Obviously,
that's the colours.
Lilac. Yeah, nice one for that, Liz. It's a great colour,
nice
isn't it? How you doing, Suki? Yes, Jack. Hope you're good, lad. I'm absolutely buzzing. Most importantly, hope you're well, fella, as well. But lads, it was a great point that Steve mentioned. I did put this graph on. But Jay, 15th of January, 2022. This was the league table. Thoughts?
Oh, that's madness, ain't it? Absolutely. Look at Chelsea in second. 43. Jesus Christ. That just shows how good we are, though, don't it? That just shows how good we are. And everyone underestimates us as well at the same time. We are truly underestimated as a team, and I have no idea why. Beginning of the season, it was all about Chelsea, United, and City, weren't it? Liverpool weren't given a chance, and now they're all blowing smoke up our arse like they thought they knew it all along. That's my head in. Everyone underestimates us, and they don't realise that we've got the best manager in world football. We're an elite football team. We've got the best squad in England, and we've come all the way back on City. And all these people saying that, these bitter rivals saying that, Liverpool are blowing the league now, City go win it. It was never ours to blow. It was always City. They were always in front. And what I will say about these bitter rivals, especially Chelsea and Man United fans, they need to be quiet. They can't talk to us at the moment. Only City can talk to us.
I've got one sentence for that, dude. Right, one sentence for that. Imagine this, right? We won 2 trophies, and if we lose the league, right? Let's say that's grand, and they come out and they mock. It's exactly the same as a homeless person walking up and pointing and laughing for losing your house keys.
Yes.
You get me? It's exactly that. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it just reminded me.
No, you're right.
We have nothing.
You're right. No, we haven't. We've been fantastic, but next season the problem is next season it can't just be Liverpool going at Man City.
It will be again, won't it?
These other teams need to wake up. These other teams need to wake up, or it's just going to be, City. Look. The power they got and the money they got is incredible, and what we do to stay in touch with them is just amazing. And I still don't think, some of the players in our team get the respect they deserve, and I don't think Jurgen Klopp gets the respect he deserves either. I really don't. You always hear
That's a
Pep's
massive-
the greatest, Pep's this, Pep's that, all the time. What Jurgen Klopp has done in his managerial career from Mainz to Dortmund to Liverpool is just genius. And for me, he's the best in the world. And I don't think Pep could do what Klopp does, but I think Klopp could do what Pep does. And that's why Klopp's the best.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
spot on there, Jay. Couldn't have said it any better.
It's
Obviously,
a savage turnaround, Jack, in that point system, man.
Yeah, that's
remarkable,
isn't it?
We've taken by the end of the season beaten Wolves. That'll be 50 points since that game that we've taken, and Chelsea have only taken 17. Is it? They're 60 points right now. 17 points in the same period, and even that with City are on 90 points right now. Is it?
Yeah,
so
I know we did have
34 points.
Yeah, we had 2 games in hand, but even still, you've still got to win those games in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, even in that factor, it's still 44 points to 17. So if you think of it that way in the same period, it's nuts. So, yeah, nuts.
That's mad when you say it like that. That's absolutely mad.
It is, but he's the best manager in the world, dude. Pep Guardiola cannot do what Jurgen Klopp does, and it's that simple. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody does. Pep Guardiola did his one good thing, and that was at Barcelona. Because he came through the thing, and he built from youth, and he always said it was about youth.
And he had Messi.
Yeah, and he had Messi,
the best player.
And he did, and he said he built from youth and built from youth and built from youth. And he said he could never do what people do with the money and spending 50 million on players. But that was pre-TV money, I get it. But since post-TV money, that's multiplied by 3. So like when United bought Paul Pogba, they bought him for 90 million whatever it was, the TV money. That's the equivalent to 176 million pounds now. That's how much the turnaround in this. That's nuts money. It's stupid. Whereas we've built a squad for pretty much nearly all of that at one point before Virgin and Alisson joined. So it just tells you the difference between Klopp and Pep. Simple as.
Yeah, spot on, chat. Keep on getting your comments in. We'll try and get to the next 18 minutes and let the lads go. It's been an absolute cracking show. If you're jumping in now, you can obviously rewind the show, or if you're watching on the repeat, get your comments in. The lads will reply, and a lot of everyone on the great community on the channel, all the Reds will reply to you as well. Paul, late to the pie, but we're having a party. But don't tell Vardy's missus. Get in there. Oh, the bloody shambles that is that story. But nice one, Paul. Let me know your thoughts on the game, Paul. Most importantly, obviously we're just currently discussing obviously that madness points differential really on the 15th of January, which is quite remarkable. Go ahead, Mickey. What are you going to say there?
Well, 1 point on the catching up with the league. I got laughed at by rivals when I said by the end of the season it'd be Liverpool, Man City 1 and 2, and they said you discounting Chelsea. I says, yeah, Chelsea could spend another 300 million and they still wouldn't be better than us.
You're right, dude. You're absolutely. Myself and Kev were sitting there I tell you exactly when. I think it was the St. Stephen's, what do you call it, Boxing Day. And me and him were sitting there and we were saying it for like about 3 weeks up until that point, that I guarantee you Chelsea will be third and they'll drop completely off by New Year's. And we got the 2-2 draw with Chelsea, was it? And then they just disappeared after that. And we didn't see him since. Yeah. Like it's a lot of people in football really see, a lot of people that just want to see drama, don't see it. And that's what I say when it comes to that. Chelsea were always going to drop off. There was no way any team in that league at the moment can keep up with City and Liverpool for how they play. And I can't see it. They need another 6-7 minimum signings in their teams.
I mean, the fact that we finished above Chelsea with all those injuries, wasn't it, Jake?
As well. The problem is we're going to get better. So are City. Yeah. We're going to get better next season.
Mickey, last season with no team and having Phillips and Reece in the defence, we got 4 points behind United. If that was Manchester United, Chelsea, if it was Arsenal, if it was Spurs that had the injuries that we had, they'd be in a relegation battle. I guarantee you. Look at Everton now. They would be down there where Everton are right now, battling away. I don't care what size the club are. If they had the same injuries that Liverpool had last season, for the entire season that they did, they would be battling relegation now. So we're completely,
what we don't say.
Sorry, I changed my profile picture to Reese and thing there. My cover thing. Yeah, Reese and Matt, like all that last week, because I was like, nice one, lads, was here. Because you were here. Sorry.
So, and my second point is on that Vardy thing. How the hell has Jamie Vardy and Wayne Rooney got involved in it? It's just gone.
I don't even. I don't want to touch on it, mate, because it's a fucking rag.
Well, exactly. But I watched it today on Sky Sports News. Apparently, Roy Hodgson asked Rooney to speak to Vardy. He wouldn't do that. It's utter bullshit, mate. I find it absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, it's the modern day football society in which we live in. You have to look on Twitter and social media and everything. It's madness. But yes, it's what's on there, Mickey. Jay, what were you going to say there, fella?
I was just saying, I can't see any difference next season or the season after that. It's just being Liverpool and City again, just doing what they're doing now, because City have answered it. They're getting Haaland in, as we know. It looks like they might even beat Man United to Frankie de Jong in their midfield, because it looks like Gundogan's going to Real Madrid, ain't he? So, so it looks like they're getting Frankie de Jong in. And then Liverpool will go answer with that. Liverpool go bring players into the positions we desperately need. I mean, buying a superstar midfielder for me, I think will be our version of City buying Haaland, because it's the position we need the most. We got enough in attack. And we already got Luis Diaz in. I mean, he only came in January. The man's brand new out the box. You know what I mean?
Carvalho as well, mate.
Carvalho coming in. It's just going to be them two. Well, the thing is, though, we all know it's going to be Liverpool City next season, but they will make a point of it in the summer that Chelsea and United will somehow be up there, because they just need to, and count us again like we don't exist as it always is.
On about Haaland. It's like the second coming of Jesus Christ. There's not just from City fans, for every other fan. Let me just explain something to you. He moved to Borussia Dortmund, who were very close to tipping Bayern Munich in the league. He came in and they're finishing outside the top four. Yeah. Outside the top four. Because he's taken all the goals off midfield and everything else. He's a greedy player. He's not what City need. He will score lots of goals, but when they shared them goals around, all he's doing is taking 20 goals off 4 players.
It's what he only plays.
Good lad. Sorry, lad.
I was just saying he only plays 2 months at a time, and then he's gone for another 2.5, 3 months, and then he comes back and plays 2 months. But he scores a lot of goals.
He's still a great player. But it's a great point you mentioned there, Mickey. Chala as no. It's what that impacts the harmony in which Pep's built over the last couple of years. What that does to Sterling psychologically. Mahrez, we've seen him miss a penalty this weekend just gone.
I think Sterling's off.
Yeah,
I don't think Sterling will be there next season. I think Sterling's gone. I reckon Sterling. I wouldn't be surprised if Sterling's at Arsenal in the summer.
Yeah, it'd be a great sign for them. So chat, obviously it gets waving and everyone's comments, some cracking points as always. Well, chat, let us know. As he said there. I really need some ideas to pass the time until Sunday. Just watch the Champions League final on repeat, Liz. It's the Champions League final wins we've had.
Liz,
watch that.
Liz, go and watch all my videos on my channel, because then I'll be up to my watch hours and I'll be monetized. So,
that sounds great, Mickey. Liz, cheers. Sorry, lads, I was getting a beer.
But no, spot on there. So, there you go. Head over to Jay's channel. Absolute legend. Liz and every for the day, But really do appreciate it, Liz. Every single one of you that do continue to support all our channels, everyone's channels on YouTube. Wouldn't be possible without all you tuning in week in, week out. Do you think Stevie G is feeling the pressure? Obviously, get away with great comments as well, and Paul's comments in little seconds. But Paul and chat, I think the pressure will be on. We've just been speaking about Man City in terms of the conundrum which they'll have next season with all their £100 million players that they've signed. But Spider, we see Marners. They scored that pen, they win the league.
Oh yeah,
and we've already spoke about the potential connotations really that could have on Manchester City going into the last game. City could go 3-0 up in the first 10-15 minutes. Could do, absolutely. But we've seen Pep this season. We've seen Pep last season in the biggest game of City's history in a Champions League final. Tinker with not playing a DM.
Yeah.
After Paul's question, it's not a matter of Stevie's pressure. Pep Guardiola's pressure as well, would you say?
Pep is Pep's biggest enemy. And that's, you know, that's what I've noticed there. And with regards to that, we have, you were saying about the situation. Just look at West Ham. There wasn't much changes happened at West Ham to try and, because he couldn't do much with the backline. And if that same tired laden backline is going to go ahead and play against the likes of Ali Watkins, against the likes of Danny Ings, against the likes of, you know, Philip Coutinho running at him from the edge of the box, then you're looking at the easiest formula that you could possibly get to beat a City team on the counter attack, because they're going to have to build up anyway. And well, no, in saying that, they're not going to have to build up. City are going to come at them. They're going to do it, and if they don't score in the first 20 minutes, they're going to panic. That's the only way I can say it, right? So
Villa only have to get a draw. They only have to get a draw.
They only have to get a draw. That's my point.
Yeah, they don't have to beat them. So I'm not bothered about them beating them. They only have to get a draw, and we win.
Pep over Pep's things. He's going to think. He's going to overthink, and then he's going to overthink, and then the overthinking Pep is going to be trumped by the Pep that thought 10 minutes ago, and then and that's what happens. It's like watching a really bad episode of Corrie on the side of the pitch. You know, it's just what I see when Pep over, because he hasn't got a Messi, he hasn't got a guy that sits there and does it for him, except for Kevin De Bruyne. And he's capable of doing it. And what I noticed at West Ham the majority of the time in the game is that they sat in front of it, because he loves sitting beyond just our midfield defenders. He loves picking up positions that are left.
Declan Rice played so well then, didn't he?
Yeah. And he blocked them off quite a bit. And I think if you stop him playing where Jordan Henderson plays, and he picks up that position there, and he's got loads of space in front of him. Kevin De Bruyne wins games if he plays against defenses that sit deep. If you push up the defense slightly at him, not too much, then he does not have the space to do what he does. And you have to stop letting him turn and run with the ball. If he turns and runs with the ball, it's game over. If they step up and close the midfield gap to the defense, doesn't matter what they leave over the top, because they, you know, at the end of the day, they're still going to have to run through. And Steely don't like playing that type of football. They like playing where De Bruyne runs and he waits for the last pass to play. He'll play it out to the wing and it'll be cut inside for the underrunner. And that's the point. Villa just have to hold them, stop Kevin De Bruyne. And if you see him getting pulled off the pitch, you can sit there and kind of go, "Oh, shit's happening here. Pep is just over pepped," you know. And that's the kind of scenario you want to see, because like we're going to be sitting wherever we're sitting, and both games are going to be on whatever telly we're watching on Sunday, and everybody's going to be like looking at Liverpool, and I can only see we've rested players today. Let's go and do the job. Let's do it early against Wolves, and let Conor Coley score 2 or 3 own goals. That'd be great. And then just keep an eye on what the real drama is going to be about. The real drama is going to be Pep over Pepping, and just Klopp staying calm, and Liverpool being the fairy tale story of coming back and winning the title from 14 to 16 points behind. You know, so, and that's what I want to see.
Imagine if both teams had drawn with 10 minutes to go.
That'd be great.
Like that would be madness.
That'd be great, because that suits us down to
the Harris would be flapping.
Yeah. That's like what I said. As fans, even if we've not got tickets, if you live in Liverpool near Anfield, line that street for the buzz. Yeah. As soon as that buzz has gone in, you can get home and you can watch the match.
Exactly.
But just line that street. Give them boys an atmosphere. Give Wolves the atmosphere that we're here to do business. We are the 12th man. We are important in this. We have won many games for them.
Yeah, and even regardless, even if you're not round Anfield, mate, all of our fans around the world, just manifest it in your mind, think and going to bed, and just think. anything's possible. And there's no better team in world football, as the boys have said, and a lot of yous already in the chat. There's one team that can do it, or one man that can do it. Steven Gerrard comes on, scores a 95th minute winner. Gets a Villa kit on. It seems when he's registered himself as a Aston Villa player at the beginning of the season. Yeah. But let's get to all your comments as well. We'll go for another 5 more minutes as well. Brand new round here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Drop a like on the video. Really just help the channel grow. And not just mine, Jay's channel, obviously Spider, Mickey's. There's going to be a lot of content on Liverpool from everyone's great channels on YouTube anyway. So stay tuned on everyone's. As I said, but great comment, Paul, as always. As Eamon said here, we can only affect City in 2 games. It's the rest of the useless feckers that need to step up. Otherwise, we got to get 95 plus points per season as well. Jay, that's the thing, innit? But it's detriment to not just Liverpool, but Manchester City. Both teams are unrivaled in the last 5-6 years, haven't they, in relation to the levels in which they do set. But great comments, what Eamon said there, mate, innit? We are living in a bonkers era, especially if this does go on for like the next 5-6 years. If Pep does sign a new contract, that's the worst case scenario for Liverpool. But but
not necessarily.
Jürgen's not going anywhere, is he? And
no. Well, we can finish this season on 93 points and not win a league. That is madness. It's just ridiculous. And this is the levels City and Liverpool are taking each other. And as you say, like I said this earlier, the rest of their league need to wake up, and it can't just be down to Liverpool constantly. Otherwise, you get opposition fans saying now, it's turning into a bit of farmers' league. It's just sort of City and Liverpool. Well, maybe try and do something about it. Maybe when Man City don't turn up at your ground, you just turn over backside and let them in. You know what I mean? It's just, so a lot of teams just bend over. I've never got this. I still don't get it to this day. So many teams just bend over for Man City constantly. And when they play Liverpool, I know why. It's because Liverpool's the bigger scalp, because Liverpool are the bigger team. So they play harder. But people because I've always said it. I don't think Man City are actually that great defensively. I've been saying this for ages now. I don't think Ruben Diaz is that great as a centre half. I really don't. I think Laporte is weak and can be got at. Ake is not great. Zinchenko is useless but gets away with it because no one attacks him. Kyle Walker is only good because he's got recovery pace. Otherwise, he's terrible. And Ederson is not a very good goalkeeper. His positioning is awful. And even City fans are starting to say that now. Teams have just got to have a go at Man City. There's no point sitting against Man City because you're going to get smacked 5-0. So you might as well have a go against them. And the more teams that start to do, look at Southampton, they did it. Tottenham did it. Crystal Palace did it. And you get something out of them games. And it can't just be up to Liverpool next season. And like the way Chelsea and Man United are now operating as a club, they're just copying Liverpool as well. And I don't know if you guys noticed that. The way Chelsea and Man United are now operating, they're going down the Liverpool route. Put structure in place. Everything's in place now and all this, and going down that route and not buying the biggest name on the market because if they don't suit your system and things like that. It can't just be up to us. But unfortunately, I think it will be because I just don't. Chelsea, I just don't know what they're going to do next season. They've got so many players leaving that they're not going to give new contracts to. Yeah. They're just going to be behind. Arsenal, they're going to be useless. Let's forget about them. Man United, Man United can not be this bad next season. I hope they are. Don't get me wrong, but I can't see them being this bad again next season. And Tottenham look like a decent team. Tottenham could be a big threat to Chelsea next season for me. That's the team Chelsea should be looking at, not Liverpool and City. They should be money, Chelsea should be worrying about Tottenham. Chelsea should be worrying about Tottenham.
Tottenham are the only team I think that could challenge us in City. I think.
Yeah,
because they got the firepower. If you've got the firepower, you got the most chance. And but me thinking of this now, just got to be up to Liverpool again, ain't it? Next season and the season after.
Bring it on, Pep Guardiola. Spot on.
Jamie, your thing on. I've noticed this, and I was going to mention it. I cannot believe I've seen one team capitulate against them, lose 7-0, but week after play us, and we struggle to beat them 1-0 because they proper fought us, but they never did that against City.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I think there's a Pep says everyone loves Liverpool. I think it's the other way around. I think everyone doesn't love Liverpool and wants City to win.
City. I don't get that. Liverpool. It's City. They love City. City can't do no wrong.
It's because no one cares if City win the league, is it? Like, give it another 15 years if they've won 15 league titles and 20, then people will be having an issue and everyone will despise Man City. Like, that's what happens when you are successful as a football club. Yeah, he's spot on there, lads. There's how many is it? 49 people in here chat. Get those likes up. We're only on 22 likes, everyone. Takes 2 seconds. Smash that like button as well. Make sure you really appreciate everything going. He's tuning in as always. As Eamon said, hello lads, Alfie. Hello fella.
Alfie,
absolute legends. Eamon's, yeah, obviously if you missed Eamon's comments, but spot on, great comments.
You should have seen his face when that penalty went in.
Screaming his head off, mate.
Oh yes,
yeah.
I've got it on video. I'll share it.
Yeah, it's moments like that. That's why we love football, mate, and it's most importantly Liverpool football.
Brought tears to my eyes watching my son celebrate that.
That's all it is. Even if you were in the garden celebrating with my dad at home and wherever you were around the world celebrating with your loved ones or the people that are sadly not with us, it's all the thinking out the good memories and the positive memories that we've all got. Eamon's Kelly is spot on. No one else comes close to turning City over, where 1 or 2 teams really try. Spot on there, Paul. Obviously echoing what the lads have just said there. And Gary saying it's a farce. Yeah, 100% Liverpool will go again. But lads, Mickey, just your closing thoughts on obviously the game tonight, really, mate. And chat, get us your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll ask for your man of the match. Chat, get your man of the matches in if you haven't already done so. And obviously your score predictions or your team lineup for the Aston Villa game. We've got a lot of shows planned. I know a lot of the lads. I'll get the lads to shout out their channels as well and their socials. But Mickey, just your closing thoughts on the game tonight, really. And just speak about a player that if you feel that we haven't mentioned them too much on tonight. We spoke about obviously James Milner, Bobby Firmino. I don't think we spoke too much about him, but we spoke about his great link-up play really with Liverpool's midfield and the attacking players. That was prime Bobby Firmino. I think he was back to his best, brilliant best tonight, mate. But it's your closing thoughts on the game tonight, Mickey. And
9 changes didn't make a difference. The system is king. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
the system is king.
Yeah, absolutely spot on, mate. Your man in the match?
It's Bobby Firmino, but I've got to give a shout out to Harvey Elliott because if Harvey Elliott had stayed on, I think he'd have got man of the match because him and Bobby were linking up so well. They were clearly the 2 best players on the pitch in the first half.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Jay, your closing thoughts on the games tonight, mate? And your man in the match?
You know, if someone told me we changed our team a couple of years ago, we changed 9 players and we still look this good, I would have laughed at you. It just shows how good this squad is. I loved seeing Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott playing together today as well. That little bit of flair they had in the midfield, that link-up play. Lovely to see Harvey Elliott back. He's going to be a superstar, as Curtis is as well. Jimmy Milner holding up in midfield beautifully. Konate looking great. Simicast looking great. Shame on Joe Gomez. Hope he gets better soon. And apparently he had a boot on and crutches leaving the stadium. So hopefully it's not too bad. But Taki Minamino getting another goal. And I thought Jota played well tonight as well, I have to say. Special mention of Jota. I thought he did well today. But Bobby Firmino, this man, love Bob. How can you not love Bobby? When you see that man smile, how can you not love him? And his hold-up play, the way he comes deep, he never gets picked up by opposition. He's very, very clever off the ball, Bobby Firmino. Yeah. Very clever off the ball. And I think he'd be very important in Paris in the Champions League final, Bobby Firmino. I think he actually might start the Champions League final as well. And he was my man of the match. And yeah, can't believe how well we played with all them changes. Shows how good we are, guys.
Not too bad, is it, mate? Redemption, great point. Obviously, we'll speak about down the build-up for the Real Madrid, but redemption for that forward three, getting their game against Real Madrid. But nice one for that, mate. Who's your man in the match, mate? If you can pick one. With Bobby, did you say, Jay?
Yeah, Bobby, mate. Yeah.
Bobby's you, mate. Spot on, mate. And Spider, your closing thoughts and chat, get them in as well before we do shoot off. What really impressed you off the back of tonight's performance? And then obviously, if you could pick your man in the match, mate.
Yeah, the entirety of the mindset that Klopp has developed in this team goes down. Like, that's not even our second or third string squad, I should say. I would have said, out of all the squad that we have, besides putting Ox in there and whatnot, that would have been like a fourth choice for me, down low. So if you're going to go by strings of squads, that's fourth for me. And the fact that they put on the performance that they did tonight, I know it wasn't like filled with goals or whatever. I mean, we don't have a Mane, we don't have a Salah in the team, we didn't have a Diaz in the team. We had Jota. Jota was fantastic. Bobby was just phenomenal. Bobby looked like Bobby, the Bobby I fell in love with first day. Yeah. For me, like I always say that like, Mane is kind of my favourite player at the moment, but Bobby was always back then when he first came in, my favourite player, but he's gone back to that kind of thing where I kind of go, oh man, I just love Bobby Firmino. Like, I love what he's about. I love his attitude. He has been our Dirk Coat times 50. That's how good he's been without the goals, if you know what I mean. So he's the most unselfish, quick thinking player that I've ever seen in my life. Sometimes when you see the ball, it's just about to go to play, and all of a sudden Bobby just pops out of nowhere and he saves it on the line.
So intelligent.
Yeah, and then he just lays it back into position where somebody else goes. There was multiple chances tonight where he could have just shot towards goal like Minamino, and he didn't, and he pulled it back, and it just goes to show you that he just plays for the team, and that's it. I don't think I've ever seen a player,
he's our Thomas Muller, isn't he? He's our Thomas Muller, I'd say.
He's unbelievable, Konate is going to be an absolute star for us. And I think like he's going to be outstanding. Yeah, he will push Joel out over the next couple of seasons or so. But Harvey Elliott's going to be a future star for us. Konate is going to be a future star for us. And I was very, very impressed with Curtis Jones tonight and how he played. I've been one of his biggest critics recently because I think he's got bags of talent. He's a scouter, and I think he can do just as good as Trent can do in the team. But my biggest, as I said, you've probably heard me saying it multiple times, is that he didn't release the ball fast enough. And tonight I thought his two-touch football was brilliant. There was just one occasion where he just did the old twisty turn for about 16 times.
Tight spaces, he's so good, isn't he?
Yeah. So, but in tight space, exactly what you just said there, Jack. He danced between two or three of them there at one point, at least 4 or 5 times throughout the game. And that's the Curtis Jones I want to see. The one that's bellowing forward, the one that's not overthinking what he's doing, and the guy that just knows how to play football when the ball is at his feet. Look, lads, we did the job tonight. Onwards to Sunday. Pat them all in the back. If you're on social media, put positive thoughts. Don't put anything negative. No matter what you do, it doesn't matter. None of that stuff. Let's go on, win it for us. Go, be positive. Do whatever. Tag them in everything if you want to, if they can see half of it. And don't let one negative comment get out there about this team, because this team needs a pat in the back. And it deserves a pat in the back no matter what happens on Sunday. And we'll go on and we win the Champions League. We bring it home. We'll have a party there in 2 weeks, lads. So, like the Klopp is the best manager in the world. We have him. We have him now for another few years. Enjoy it, lads. It's the best Liverpool team you're ever going to see playing.
Echo them boys, mate. Absolute legends. Yeah. And as Spider and the lads have already said, whatever happens after Villa, if Villa get beat 5-0 in the first 20 minutes, who's asked? We've put this Jürgen, as the lads have said, we're proud of our lads. And if the unthinkable happens, well, not unthinkable, if we think what hopefully happens, then if it does, if it doesn't, we'll be back next year and we're competing on all fronts like we have already. But there's a lot of content to come everyone's way. Let's do everyone's quick comments before we do get the lads to shout out their socials and everything where you can find them. What a special moment, Mickey. 100%. Alfie was saying it was a bit of a mad one. Paul Bloke, Alfie next to me, went 5 rows in front of me. Oh, it's madness, isn't it? It's absolutely madness.
Can I just tell you the story? I'm not joking. This bloke dived over Alfie, and I literally say dived over him, and he must have landed about 6 seats
Was he okay?
down.
Was he?
He was okay, but I don't think the people he landed on were.
Was he? Yeah, it's madness. Like, especially in away fans, there has been some the limbs. Some great social media clips of just fans going absolutely mad. That's a pure emotion of football. Obviously, everyone. But thank you to every single one of you. Obviously, Mickey's cat as well. Absolutely amazing stuff. JMF as well. Saying hello. Hi, Jack. Bruno, a long time no see, mate. Made up to see you in the comments, mate. Obviously, if you are watching, if you have just joined live, everyone, obviously this video will be getting not re-uploaded, it will be live on the channel, so you can just fast forward and listen to it if you want. But hope you're well, Bruno, and thank you for all the continued support, matey, and every single one of you as well. Good win is from Barbara. Good win. Rock on. Sunday, Pep will be sweating now. We'll be panicking from now till Sunday, as the lads we've already discussed after our but 100% agree with you there. Hope you had a lovely night.
That's all he see. That's all he see in his dreams is that badge.
Yeah, Stephen Gerrard. Yeah, of course. I was so
yeah, of course.
We need to get Agent Rafa to ring him up. Hello, Pep.
Yeah. It's all right. He's done his job for the Ev. But Eamons with the final comments. The result was man of the match. Let's go again, Reds, and let's go Jürgen and the boys. And Ollie Watkins, Danny Ings. You know what to do. I'm Phil. But Mickey, just shout out your socials, mate, where everyone can find you as well.
So it's Mickey Fries on Facebook, it's mfries50 on Twitter, and it's Planet LFC on YouTube.
Thank you very much, mate, for coming on. Jay, congratulations, as I said at the top of the show. 1K you did this week, fully deserved, mate. But I continue to support all the work you do, mate, and it's the one of many. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, no one wants to see my dancing. It's absolutely terrible. I dance like that. Jay, shout out your socials, mate, and where everyone can find what shows you got coming up this weekend, matey.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at JamieLFC39 and Jamie Phillips Football Chat on YouTube. And content this week. Got obviously I'm doing a split screen watch along for the Liverpool game and the Man City game, so that should be fun. And I've got previews and reviews coming up on the channel as well. And I think I'm doing the watch along with Doug on his channel tomorrow for the Europa League final. Spot
on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that, Jay. I do appreciate taking the time out tonight, mate, as always, you and Mickey. And last but not least, Spider, thank you very much for going on, mate. What shows you got coming up and where can everyone find you on the socials, Missy?
Well, you know, there's a couple of big weeks ahead. I don't know if any of you've noticed. You know, there's a couple of big games on the way. And I think this is my last watch along today for the season. Due to the fact I'm going out with a bunch of Liverpool guys next Sunday for the game. But that doesn't mean it's not the last recording. I'm going to record everything we're doing. Everything's going on the show, the walking.
Everything.
Everything. We're going to be recorded, the whole lot, walking in, taking a piss, buying a pint, everything. But no, there's a good bunch of lads. I'm just going to showcase it for their things. I'm going to just show like Irish Reds, you know, celebrating whatever's going to happen on Sunday.
Yeah, it's great.
And then obviously I'm going to go over and do something similar with you guys. In 2 weeks' time, and I'm going to get that out there for the Champions League final, flying over to Liverpool and taking in the atmosphere and doing what we do best, which is, you know, have a laugh, drink, and support the mighty Reds because we're the best team in the world, lads. So enjoy.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming on, mate, as well. Always a pleasure. And obviously, shout out to John Moore on Twitter. That's his handle as well. Make sure you give him a follow as well, most importantly. And shout out to, most importantly, every single one of you that does continue to watch, continue the journey on YouTube, continue to watch all the lads' content as well. And obviously all the great Liverpool YouTube content creators out there as well. We're all one big family, support one another. And what a magical journey this has been this season. Well, it has been. It's a magical journey over the last couple of years since we've had Jürgen Klopp. And it's not done at end. Whatever results happens at the end of this week, the end of next week, as well. And we've still got a Champions League final. Not too bad of a season as it been, Reds. But if you are new around here, make sure, as you say there, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to everyone's that's just jumped on as well tonight. But Reds, thank you for tuning in, lads and ladies, as well. Have a lovely rest of your night or morning, wherever you are waking up in the world of the mighty Reds. But Reds, I'll speak to you tomorrow. As I say, I might do a Europa League watch along anyway, but we'll get the lads on as always. There's going to be a lot of content to come. And Reds manifest a Villa win and a Liverpool win against Aston Villa. Liverpool and Aston Villa win anyway. But everyone, thank you for tuning in. Gents, thank you for joining me. And everyone, keep safe, keep well, and you'll never walk alone. Yeah.
Shut up and sit down.